Okay, Professor Jim Schultz from my Finance 680 class. I wanted to go ahead and add another video here from Chapter 16, from some of the Chapter 16 material, and I was kind of combing through the previous exams you guys have to look at, and I thought this pewter and glass problem is an outstanding problem to understand. It's actually quite simple to solve, but it's only simple if you understand what's going on. And so I kind of thought, I've got a couple other videos already up there. We've got a break-even EBIT problem. We've got one of the more challenging cost of equity problems that I have videos on already. So I thought this would be a nice addition to the current video inventory we have. So let's go ahead and get rolling here. So Pewter and Glass is an all-equity firm that has 80,000 shares of stock outstanding. The company is in the process of borrowing $600,000 at 9% interest to repurchase 12,000 shares. What is the value of this firm if you ignore taxes? So this first line right here, this is the most important thing to pull away from this. This is the absolute most critical thing that you have to recognize before you even start to try to work this guy out. The most important line of this whole problem is the last line. What is the value of this firm if you ignore taxes? So remember, as I shared with you guys in class, I said, what is an easy way to know if you're in World 1 or World 2 for these problems? Well, just see if there's a tax or not. If you're instructed to ignore taxes, then you can go ahead and readily assume and be pretty safe in your assumption that you're in world number 1. There's no taxes. So if I'm in world number 1, then that means that the value of the unlevered firm and the value of the levered firm are equal, right? And so I can essentially find the value of either one of these guys, and it will be equal to the answer to the question. It doesn't matter if you try to find the value before it borrows this money or after. And there's one that's much easier to find than the other. And that is the fact that the value of the unlevered firm, because it's unlevered, it's all equity, right? Because that's the definition of unlevered. It has no debt. So if it's unlevered and it's all equity, all I need to do is find the market value of the equity, and you will have the value of the firm. And so remember, the market value of the equity is actually this equation up here. The market value of equity is always the number of shares outstanding times the stock price per share, right? So if I can figure out both of these elements, I'll have this guy solved, no problem. Well, the number of shares outstanding is given to you, right? So it's 80,000 shares. So the next piece that you need is, what is the current stock price of this stock, okay? And to figure that out, you have to utilize the information that they're borrowing 600K and they're going to buy back 12,000 shares. So by using that info, you can back out what the share price must be at this time. It's going to be 600,000 divided by 12,000, or $50 a share. So then that leaves you with this equation completely filled in. You knock through that guy and you get a firm value of $4 million. This is a terrific example of what I would classify as an upper end intermediate difficulty level. But I love this problem because it actually tests you on several different levels to see if you really understand the material, right? The final equation that you use, this guy, is very simple. That is extremely easy. But the steps and the mental processes that you need to follow to understand that you need to get here are actually quite involved. And so this is a terrific example of the type of problem that you guys can expect for your final celebration before I cut you guys loose into the wilderness for the summer. So I hope you guys found this to be useful, and we'll see you guys next time.